What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dio, aka Bonds, with another unboxing. Well, not actually an unboxing, but it's a review of a very hot product on the market right now. Now, you see, holding the iPhone in my hand. You can tell that's the gold. You see the name on the back, iPhone S, which this is the iPhone 6S Plus. Now, you can get this phone for around $800 to $1,000 off contract or on contract, depending on who your carrier is. Most carriers don't do contracts; they don't do the 2 years no more. I think everybody does that system where you can just pay extra monthly on the phone. I paid $1,000 for this from Verizon. That's my carrier, Verizon. Now, they come in a variety of colors, 4 colors. You got the white, you got the black, you got rose gold, which is the new color, and you got gold, which I decided to go with the gold. Now, a lot of people say the rose gold kind of looks pink, and it does to me, but I mean, it's up to your preference. You know, you got 4 colors to choose from. So I went gold. Last iPhone I had, which I had the iPhone 6 Plus, and I had that in silver. I went silver, and it was a 16 gigabyte, which was a horrible decision to ever go 16 gigabyte. You should never get a 16 gigabyte iPhone because you're constantly running out of memory. I constantly ran out of memory. So being that I was constantly running out of memory, I decided to super boost it, and I went with the 128 gigabyte iPhone. So that's probably a lot of reason that it was $1,000. So if you want from Verizon the iPhone 6S Plus, you're gonna pay for the 128 gigabyte model. You're gonna pay $1,000. You know what I mean? If that's not a problem for you, then you should go cop that thing. Now let me get down to the basics of this phone. This phone right here is basically the same phone as an iPhone 6 Plus. Now, I upgraded from the 6 Plus, and like I said, it's basically the same phone. So, I mean, there's major upgrades to this phone. Now, if I was the average person and say I didn't have the 16 gigabyte iPhone 6 Plus, then I probably wouldn't have upgraded to this. But that 16 gigabytes just killed me. Oh, it got on my nerves so much. I had to upgrade. This came out, I had to get a new model. I had to get more gigabytes. And honestly, if the price was right, I might have just upgraded to the 6 Plus with just more gigabytes. You know what I mean? I might have just upgraded to, 128 gigabytes in the 6 Plus. But this was available, so I went with this. Now, some more specs on the phone. The iPhone 6 Plus came with 8 megapixel camera, which was kind of butt in the market today with cameras, or phone cameras doing 23 megapixels and whatnot. 8 megapixels was kind of butt. So they upgraded the back camera to a 12 megapixel camera, which is, a big upgrade, real dope. You want that. And I must say, when I'm an Android person. I'm still not really 100% sold on iPhones, but I've been on the iPhone kick, So I stayed with an iPhone, and I'm working with these iPhones, just to work with them and see what they about. Now, I must say, for a 12 megapixel camera, these iPhones shoot pretty damn good. Now, like I said, I was an Android guy, so my last Android phone was the Note Edge. With the right side had the curved edge display with the separate display on the side. That was my last Android phone, and that phone I want to say was about 16 megapixels. I might be wrong, but it was something like that. And the pictures was flawless. Now, what Apple did is they gave you a 12 megapixel camera with image stabilization. So those photos that you shoot, they gonna be crisp. They're gonna be very crisp. So I give it to Apple in that department. They really locked down in the camera department and made, you know, a 12 megapixel camera not really look like a 12 megapixel camera with the optical image stabilization. Real dope on there. Now the front facing camera, a lot of people is upgrading selfie cams to where your front facing camera has a flash, or you have the dual camera, you know, for the selfie cam. Apple decided to go basic and keep what they normally had, but up from the 1.2 megapixel front facing camera, they went to a 5 megapixel front facing camera, which, I mean, in today's age, you got to be able to, you know, get your selfie game on and all that. So I'm not mad at him at all. Not mad at him. Pretty decent. I would say the front facing camera is pretty dope. Now what they do is the front facing camera, instead of, you know, you not being able to get a flash on the front facing camera, they gave you a flash, but the flash is not up here. This is not your flash. The flash is the screen. So the screen will light up and it'll kind of illuminate your face and give you a front facing camera. So Apple working around it, you know what I mean, trying to help the people out, trying to, you know, make sure that they products stay in the game. Got to give them kudos for that. Another thing that's upgraded is 4K recording. Now, in order to go into 4K recording, you'd have to go into your phone. Let me see. Go into the settings. You want to go to I think phone and camera. I think that's what it is. And then you scroll down right here where it says record video, and you can go click that, and you can record 4K video at 30 frames per second. Now, I don't usually use that mode because, you know, 4K is not really, I don't have a 4K TV. I don't have no display to give me feedback on that 4K. And you see right here it says when you record in 4K, it uses 375 megabytes with 4K. It's the highest resolution you can get on the phone. Now, I usually do 1080p HD at 60 frames per second. You can do 1080 with 30 frames per second. You can do 720 with 30 frames per second. Now, at the 720 with 30 frames per second, you're going to use the least amount of memory. So you see it's a space saver. So you're going to use 60 megabytes with 720 HD at 30 frames per second. So they upgraded that where they gave you the option to shoot in 4K. And 4K, you know what I mean, is really popping right now. Everything's 4K or 3D or something like that. So really, like I said, Apple upgraded in departments where people, it'll pique people's interest. You know what I mean? So shooting in 4K is definitely a big up. I wish I kept my other iPhone. I gave it to my father-in-law, so I can't show you how fast this is, but I'll show you right here. They say that it's going to be really hard to see your lock screen. So I'm going to show you why. So I got the fingerprint sensor on, so I'm going to just click it and bang. You know, that quick. That's how it works. Let me try it again. Bang. And I'm in there. And now I got it to another finger too. Let me try that finger. Bang. And try this finger. Bang. I think I did this thumb too. That one seemed a little slower. That one seemed definitely a little slower. Let's try it again. There we go. A little speed. No, let me try the index. Bang. So right there, give you like 5 fingers of the touch ID. Super fast, man, and it definitely works. So I definitely have to give kudos again to Apple for making Touch ID even faster. Now, I thought on the iPhone 6 and the iPhone 6 Plus, it wasn't really slow to begin with, but to give you that speed right there, really fast, really fast. Now, also another thing that they added was the 3D touch. You see, I got rejected right there. I got Mutombo. Now, what the 3D touch is your whole screen is basically touch sensitive. Now what you want to do is, if you have, say, Instagram, and you push Instagram, you hold it in, you get the normal thing like that. That's just a normal touch and hold of Instagram. Now, if you hold it in and push a little force to it, that pops up. See, where you can do new posts, view activity, search, and direct. Now you got to put a little pressure to it, and you'll feel your phone kind of vibrate, the capacities sensor kind of vibrate, and then bang. So you get 4 options. Now this is not available on all apps. So Facebook, you could do it too, write a post, upload video, photo, and take photo or video. Now, if I tried it with PayPal, don't work. If I tried it with ESPN, it works with ESPN. So that's the first time I tried it with ESPN. But all the apps, it don't work. I tried it with my NBA 2K16. It doesn't work. So it's not available on all apps, which, I mean, it's still a dope feature to have, but if it don't work on all apps, then, I mean, it's something that you probably won't use too much. And I don't think it'll be available for all apps to where it really works on all apps till late next year. It's probably when the iPhone 7 comes out. So, like I said, dope feature to have. Don't know how much you want to use it. Now, like I said, it has the same 5.5 display. I do say with the PPI, it's a lot better on the screen. The images and just the screen brightness and the just clearness of the screen is a lot better than the 6 Plus. Excuse me. So I do give it that, even though it's the same screen size, is a lot better. Now, one thing that you will notice, if you hold both of those, the 6 Plus and then the 6S Plus in your hand, the 6S Plus carries weight. Fat boy right here. It's a fat boy phone, you know what I mean? So it's a lot heavier than the 6 Plus. Now, I don't have the exact specs weight-wise, but it's a lot heavier. One good thing about Apple that they did when they hooked everybody up, was when they put out these S models, is that size-wise, you know, height, width, stuff like that, they stayed the same. So this case right here was a case I originally had for my 6 Plus. And look at that. That slides right in there. Fits perfectly. It's not hanging out, not ugly, nothing. So all your cases that you have for your 6 Plus will work for your 6S Plus. Real big right there. Makes a lot of sense. Dope feature to have. Let me show you another new feature that they have called live photos. Now, let me check my photos real quick. I don't want to give y'all nothing y'all want to see. Here we go. So I did some selfie photos of myself to try this out. Now you see right here, that's 1 photo, 2 photos, 3 photos. I'm gonna click the last one, and you see it's just a regular photo. It's not a video, it's a regular photo. So if you hold this in, it's like when you take a picture and you turn this on, and it's an option you have to turn on. I'll show you that in a minute. When you turn it on, it takes basically a few photos back to back to back to back to back, and it kind of makes it into a video, which is kind of cool. But I mean, if you kind of wanted that, why not just shoot the video? And it takes up more memory to shoot those photos. So let me show you right here. If you want to turn that option on, there's this little ring right here, and you click that, and that means your photos is live. So I can go right here, and I'm gonna shoot a video. I'm gonna shoot a picture of it, and I'm just gonna jump it around a little bit so you can see. Now that's lit up. So that's when that option is lit up, that means it's gonna take a live photo. So if I go down, click my photos, if I can get to them, click my photos, and then I hold it down, and I'm just gonna jump it around. It takes a live photo. So that's how you take live photos on your iPhone 6S Plus. Alright feature. Don't know how much I'll be using it. You know, if you find it interesting that you want to use it, knock yourself out. 2 gigabytes of RAM, which is an upgrade. I'm not really, like I said, deep into the specs, so I'm not gonna get into that. I'll just throw it out there for you. Another thing that, you know, people don't like is still no removable battery, which I don't think Apple will ever make a removable battery because it's just more money in their pocket to not do it. So I wouldn't see why they would do it, even though the people want it. And you see even Galaxy moved over to non-removable battery. So I mean, it's just the wave of the future. So you're not going to be replacing your battery. You'll have to replace the whole phone. Still no micro SD slot. Never had one. They probably never will again because it's probably more money in their pocket to not do it, and it's an easier, unibody to where they don't have to have all these removable parts and all that stuff. Why would they do it? So they have you want more memory, you got to buy the bigger model. So that's why I bumped myself up from the 16 gigabyte to the 128 gigabyte because I needed more memory. I already told y'all that the cases fit from the 6 Plus will fit on your 6S Plus. Battery life. Whew. Battery life is a straight beast. My 6 Plus, man, I watch a lot of YouTube videos. I watch a lot of unboxings. I watch a lot of reviews. I watch a lot of things. Now, I mean, let me tell you, dude. I watch 2 hours of videos on YouTube. My battery's depleted. I'm down. I'm in low power mode. Everything. This thing right here, I can go doing what I was doing with the other phone. I can get at least 6 hours of video. You know what I mean? And I'll still be out of the red, out of the yellow, I should say. I won't be in low power mode. The battery in here, a lot better. I forget the exact milliamps. I want to say 2400. I might be wrong. Don't quote me on that. But the milliamps in here, whatever it is, definitely effective. Beast mode, savage, 100% right there. It's 100% right there. It's a go. So I definitely like that. That in itself was enough to make me want to upgrade. That and me not having memory. That's enough. Let me see. The keyboard is a show you a little feature that they added. So let me see. So you text. I'm texting my brother. So say I'm texting my brother and I'm like blase, blah, 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 blah. And I mess up. Say I made a long text and I messed up. And I messed up in here. Instead of me having to either erase it or try to, figure out how to get back in there or whatever, then what you do is, if I can get it, let me see if I can get it back down here. All right, so it's back down there. You hold that in and you can slide it. You stop it where you want to stop it. Keep going. Dope right there. That right there is game changing. Game changing right there. If you're making long paragraphs and stuff like that, that's game changing. So another feature, man, where Apple hooked you up, hooked me up, hooked everybody up. I like that feature right there. That's basically the big stuff that you're gonna get in this phone. Like I said, now the question people want to know is if you have an iPhone 6 Plus, would you upgrade? Should you upgrade to the 6S Plus? And I say yes, because it has a lot of features that are dope. You know what I mean? They got a lot of features. The front-facing camera, you know what I mean, with the screen lighting up, that's okay. You got 4K capability. You got the 3D touch. You got a lot of stuff. The live photos. You got an extra gigabyte of RAM. Keyboard that I just showed you. And you got the rose gold color if you want the rose gold. There's a lot of nice things. Now, would you just go and spend $1,000 on it? Yeah, I still think it's worth it. You know what I mean? Just because, this stuff in here is dope. I still think it's worth it. I like this gold color. I love it. So I would say yes, I would upgrade from the 6 Plus to the 6S Plus, or from the 6 to the 6S. Definitely worth an upgrade. If you have any other model iPhone, it's definitely a go. It's 100% on that. You'd have to upgrade to this model because it's way better than than any model other than the 6 and the 6 Plus. Now, but if you don't want to do it and you just have the 6 and you have the 6 Plus, you're still in the game. You know what I mean? You're still not slacking. You're still in the game. You still, you know what I mean? You can kind of perk your phone out to be a 6S Plus. Nobody really knows until you get up on it and start doing some of the things that you do in the 6S Plus. And you're like, oh man, I can't do that. You know what I mean? But like I said, you're gonna pay 800 to a grip, 800 to a band on this. You know what I mean? And it's all about personal preference. If you feel that you want this phone and it's worth it to you, cop it. If you feel, you might as well wait till the 7 come out, the iPhone 7, which ain't coming out till I think the third quarter of next year or something like that, then wait. You know what I mean? Because I'm pretty sure that's going to be kind of probably a lot better than this. So it's all up to personal preference. And that's with anything in life. That's with all these phones you buy, this stuff. It's personal preference, fellas and ladies. You know what I mean? If you really want something, go get it. You know what I mean? Be a G and go get it. Don't, sit back and want all the time. I'm the type of person that I'm an impulse buyer, but not to say that I'm a sloppy and impulse buyer. I'm spending rent money and all that. I'm an impulse buyer because if I think about it, I'm going to talk myself out of it. Like, oh, I don't need it. But, if I just go back, then 9 times out of 10, you can take it back. You know what I mean? But, like I said, it's all personal preference. This phone is definitely worth it. It's worth the band to me. Too many dope things on here. I think I went over everything. And even, like, I'm going to show you this real quick. Like, you go to change your wallpaper. Go to change your wallpaper. And, like, these photos, man, they so crisp. Look how crisp that is. You know what I mean? I don't want to use that one. But say I want to choose a new one. Just look how crisp these photos is. These is live, like, photos and stuff like that. Look how crisp they is. I mean, that's beautiful. And that's the display. That's the PPIs kicking in. You know what I mean? That stuff is nice. Like I said, it's a lot better on this phone than it was on the 6 PPI. But speaker still the same, still in the same spot right there. Everything, the build quality, everything's the same. You know what I mean? When the speaker on here, okay, could be better, not the best. You still got the same buttons. You know what I mean? Your buttons over here. You got your silent button. You got your up and down volume. You got your power button. You got your SIM card right there. You got your camera right here. And this is like a sensor, I think. Don't quote me on that. This is your earpiece, the hair, camera, flash. You know what I mean? So like I said, the build is the same as a 6 Plus. You know what I mean? It's the same. But I'm signing out. I'm getting out of here, man. It's like, let me see, 4:30 in the morning. 4:30 in the morning. Whew. And if you like this video, click the thumbs up. This video helped you in any way, click that thumbs up. If you don't like the video, click the thumbs down. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. I'm a big boy. I'll get over it. Share this video. Comment on this video. Tell me how you feel. Tell me if this is worth it to you. Tell me if a band is worth, if this phone is worth a band to you. You know what I mean? If you got one, leave me a comment. Tell me how you like it. Whatever. You know what I mean? All my contact information is down there under in the little box down there. All my contact information. I'm on basically every major social media site. Like I said, it's all down there. Hit me up. Leave me a picture. Send me some stuff. But it's your boy, DOAKABONDS, Urban Tech Reviews. We signing out of here, baby. Till the next time. Deuces.